Oh, hello everyone. Welcome. Oh, the new feature's working nicely. Anyway, I'm Mark, your host. This is my shed, or behind me, this is the shed. I hope you liked the little introduction. It's one of the new features in the platform I'm using, which is Restream. And anyway, it's Tuesday night and it's what's happening in the shed. Well, like most things, slow progress. I've got a few jobs and things on the go, and I just started using the lathe earlier tonight just to get things set up and going again. For the keen-eyed viewers of you behind me, I do have a camera which I can bring in. I'll just flick that over, but we also have a guest waiting in the background. And I'll bring our guest on as well and say hello to, g'day Emma, how are you?
Hi. Yeah, that was a bit sudden. Yeah, hi.
Yeah, that light's in you. You couldn't have put, hey, oh, that's better.
Let's fix that.
I'm just going to drop over, righto. Here's Cody. So they're probably going to get a bunch of the usual people I stream on a Saturday night. So Cody, he's in Darwin, up north, and Cody runs a channel about an adult cartoon, and he's got a huge following. He's got like 11 or 12,000 people sub to his channel, so he's got a good thing going. And thanks for joining us, Cody. I thought he was actually streaming before, because that's what one of the other guys said, that he was live. Maybe he's got another window open or something like that. So, Becky's Fishing Adventure. G'day, mate. How are you? I hope you're well. Welcome. And G, here he is. G the man. G the hyper sapien. G funkin' hungry. Geez, how many channels do you have, G? I'm just oh, you crack me up. These guys, like yourself, Emma, have supported me along this crazy adventure that we're doing. You know, and it's good to see you. I like you posting your updates about what's happening on your engine.
Yeah, it gets a bit. Most things I do don't actually sort of. There's nothing actually happens. Like, I can spend all weekend doing something and not actually have anything to show for it.
Yeah, I know that. I know that. I still got.
Yeah.
We were doing. started getting around to doing stuff on Sunday. We had a contractor here working on the shed
I saw that.
outside.
It's pretty exciting, insulation and stuff.
Yeah. Hopefully, maybe during the week they might come and do a bit more. If not, it'll be the weekend. Unfortunately, the rain has set them back. But we're doing stuff out the side here because out the side is just a mess. I haven't been out. Well, I've mowed some of it, but I've got a pile of bloody recycled asphalt there. The tenders sitting there, the front rolls, the rear rolls are all over in the corner, and they haven't moved for like 6 months. And I got to get in there and clean it all up, get all that stuff out, because I got to dig a rubble pit for the overflow from the tank. So
yeah, right.
So that's got to be done, and then I've got to have the final building inspection done. So yeah, I had the mini excavator going, and I jumped back on it to do some more work, and it wouldn't start again. So fun times.
Okay.
I've checked fuse. It's got one fuse in it. I've checked that. I've checked some wiring. It's got petrol. Put a different spark plug in it. So something's going on. I don't know. I'll have
no idea.
No. It's got a Briggs and Stratton on it. So I don't know.
Yeah,
this thing's been
great.
Yeah, this thing's been so reliable since we've got it, and now it's just playing up. Plenty. The only thing I can't hear is normally when you turn the key on, you can hear like a solenoid clicking in, and I can't hear that happening. So I've got to.
Okay, it might need capping with a hammer.
Yeah. But other than that,
it might have just got some water in there.
Yeah, well, it's been out in the rain, pretty well ever since, and I've never had a problem. I've done a couple of little things like put a new battery in it, that sort of thing, but this thing's been pretty well bulletproof since we got it.
It might be stuck solenoid by the sound of that.
Yeah. Who knows? But
do taps with a hammer and start again.
I was gonna drop in during my lunch day today here, but I end up we got machines, or we got the usual subdivisions going, and then I had to go up to Kilcoy. I mean, that wasn't too far away, but it just sort of put me back on my plans on coming in here and spending 5-10 minutes on it to see if I could get something sorted. So, but anyway, I got a few things going on here. I got a bench for the wife. I've got to make a modification to that. So, or a couple of modifications. It's got sort of like partitions in it, so I've got to cut them out and put some casters on the bottom. It's going to be. It's got what, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got like 4 shelves on it and some timber on it. Bloody thing's heavy. It's made out of 3mm 3 by 50 angle iron or something like that. Bloody heavy thing. I mean,
yeah, right.
Yeah, something bit overkill. Whoever made it certainly intended it not to break. That's for sure. And so I've got to put some casters on the bottom, which I've got leftovers, and just got to cut out some bits of angle iron that so it'll allow for the full length of the shelf to put stuff in and out. Yeah, that's a job on the go, and just all this little stuff. It all takes time. I still really haven't sorted the bench out. Well, I've sorted tools out, got it stuff, but I haven't, started putting anything up on the backboard or anything like that. So that's sort of been ongoing, and just try and it almost seems hard to get anything done around here. Every time you go to do something else, or you just run out of daylight. Days are getting shorter. I know I'm complaining, but what else do I complain about?
Oh yeah, it's just a bit crazy. Like, I've just painted the running boards before we put them back on, because everything's taken apart on the roller for water inspection.
Yep.
and found some good like marine spar varnish, which would be just the stuff.
Mm,
But it's 16 hours between coats, so it's going to take me
right.
like 3 weeks to put 4 coats on it.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, when you think about it.
Yeah, but
And I bought it'll be
sorry.
good paint.
Yeah, it's once it's on there though. It's not going to
Yeah,
come off in 5 minutes or anything like that.
yeah, it's there for good, and it needs to be for good because that running board's right in line with the gears.
Mm.
So,
You reckon it's going to get covered in oil?
oh yeah, it's filthy dirty. You want something you could wipe down, I think. So that I was thinking about just putting linseed oil on the board, but I think you want something you can wipe down so that, yeah, when you get up there and on your knees or on your backside or whatever, you don't get oil all over your jeans. And
Yeah. Would linseed oil affect the varnish?
I don't believe so. I think that this is a good marine spar, ultra UV proof, like decent varnish. So it's nearly epoxy. I don't think it'll have any problems with that. It says
Right.
3 coats, 16 hours apart,
Wow.
and a 4th coat in less than 2 weeks, is what it says.
So is that to allow it to penetrate into the timber, or just for the solvent to evaporate?
Just so it goes hard, I think, so you don't melt the layer underneath when you put the next one on.
Right.
But
Have you used this stuff before?
yeah, it's a pretty good product. Norglass is Australian made, actually. Sounds all Scandinavian and stuff, but it's Australian made. It's a very good product. I really like it.
Right.
I tossed up with the grey whether I was going to use Vipon's. They have an equivalent of the Craftsmaster or English coach enamel, which is very nice. It's also very expensive. 4 litres was going to be $250 or something in a custom colour.
Wow.
Hmm.
Bit expensive.
And 4 litres would probably do it, but I also think it feels a bit soft, whereas this Norglass cover's really nice. And the colour I wanted was in a standard colour, so they had it on nearly on the shelf. And it was worked out about $60 a litre, something like that.
And you only need the one tin?
I hope so. It covers pretty well.
Yeah.
What's got to be done is the front forks, eventually the rolls, the cladding, the motion guards, probably the gear cover and the tender, which isn't much if you say it quick, but we've got 4 litres of it down at Shannondale, and it seems to have painted just about everything in the place, and there's still about 3/4 of a tin there, so I don't know. But it's a standard colour, so I can just get another one off the shelf, and the bits are far enough apart that if we've got to do something else, no one really notice, I think.
And with modern day colour matching, you shouldn't really notice it that much, should you?
Well, I don't think you will on a off-the-shelf colour. If you get a custom colour and you don't get enough, and then you've got to get another colour to match it, that gets a bit more complicated. But
yeah.
Anyway, we're going with the Norglass Premium Enamel, which is really nice. The hard bit, of course, is getting it ready to paint.
And that, okay, so are you putting that on the boiler itself, or
No, I mean they've got a heat proof or a high temperature black, which is a sort of a satin. It's not a flat, it's a satin black. And I'm going to do, not this weekend, but the next one, not the next weekend, but the one after. I mean, I'm going to do from the river, the front throat plate through to the front of the smoke box and the chimney.
Mm-hmm.
That should be fairly easy. Back behind that, you know what they get like on top.
Mm. So what are you going to use? I know you've been working on it, you know. Do you use any sort of Prepsol or wax and grease remover or anything beforehand?
Yes. The thing I found to be most beneficial is copious amounts of diesel and then copious amounts of terps.
Right.
And 2 or 3 bags of rags. It's pretty hard work, and a plastic scraper.
Mm.
If you get in with that. But the problem is under the motion gear is that it's almost impossible to get in there.
Have you thought about making yourself up a hose and using steam?
Yeah, we've been for hours. So it's a lot better than it was, but I spent all up, I reckon I've spent 6 or 8 hours on a steam clean hose.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's not much fun, really. If anyone wants to come, if anyone wants some life experience and wants to come and steam clean a roller, I'm absolutely down for showing you what to do.
So were you using steam from your boiler or a different
No,
boiler?
from the we've got the Roby, the vertical Roby boiler set up pretty well. It's about 40 psi, and it'll keep up with a pressure clean hose, like a inch hose off the boiler. Yep. It'll keep up with that,
and that works
indefinitely.
That works fine. That does.
Well, I don't know if it does or not. I don't really have a benchmark to measure it against. It seems to work as well as anything. But what you've got is about 30 years of grease that hasn't been removed.
Yeah.
And it's all gone hard. So ideally the plastic scraper is probably that, and a squirty bottle full of terps is probably the best way to get at it.
I found with this thing over on my left here, I found the air chisel a really handy tool, especially screwed right down. So it wasn't going a million miles an hour. It was just that nice little sort of thing.
Yeah, or maybe.
And that got in and moved a lot of the hard grease or the buildup of whatever it was, grease, oil, dirt. Probably more oil and dirt than anything. That seemed to work wonders, actually. I was surprised how well it worked. The slower you got it to go, the better it worked.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I wonder if you could modify it, get a chisel that's about 3 inches wide.
Well, you could give it a try. But, because this thing sat outside for 50 years doing nothing, and that's where it went to crap, so to speak. It's just crazy. I keep meaning to get this gear out and give it a clean up and have a closer look. You reckon?
Well, I sort of feel like building it up. I mean, I've done a lot of cast iron repairs. That's what my dad did for a living, was crazy big cast iron welding repairs.
Right.
And he would have probably got it hot enough and built it up. Got into it with a grinder and then a cold chisel to get. The trouble is with the grinder, you sort of rubble the carbon in rather than taking it off.
So you reckon these gears, they wouldn't be cast iron, they'd be steel, wouldn't they?
I doubt it. They might be. I don't reckon. They might be. I haven't got a clue. What's the drawing say?
I don't know, to tell you the truth. I'd have to have a look. Let me have a look.
Oh.
Our captive audience of 2 people. Oh, that's all right. No, sometimes I'm going to get a bit more organised and start doing regular.
Becky's Fishing Adventures is going to get another bottle. That sounds like
Yeah.
a good plan.
Yeah. So I got the drawing for road spur gears for Class T1 and Class T and T1 tractors.
Yeah.
Right. So that's at least it's, and most of the stuff they're showing is steel or okay. So what's wrought
They
iron?
could be.
Wrought iron. Yeah. Second motion shaft, fast speed wheel, steel.
Okay.
Yeah. Second motion shaft, slow speed wheel, steel. So.
Okay, so they're steel.
Yeah.
So you might get them clean enough just to build them up with the MIG.
Yeah.
Cut a bit of, like, work out what DP they are or whatever they are and cut out a template.
That was going to be my next. I don't
get someone to water jet or laser jet a bit of 3mm steel would be the ideal thing.
And just see how much difference is. Who do you use for your water jet cutting and that?
Place in this side of Brisbane in, oh my gosh, I have a place. They've done quite a few jobs for us. They're very good.
There we go. Bit of a different view.
Hang on. I've got to go and see them in the next. Unique Metals and Laser, they're called.
Okay. Whereabouts are they?
Over near here in Forbes there.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
They seem to be pretty good and they'll work to your drawings and they seem to have plenty of stuff in stock and they're pretty quick turnaround and they can do any thickness up to about 3 inches.
Okay.
And that's the other thing, if it's steel, why can't you just get a new gear water jet cut and machine the old one off and sit it on and run a weld around it?
No reason why I can't.
I don't know if that's the way to do it either, but it seems like a lot less messing around.
Yeah. There's
a conservation thing that says you don't want to replace any more of the original than you have to, but
yeah. Look,
I'm
at
not
the
sure
end of
I
the
subscribe to that.
No, I don't subscribe to it either. When you look at, when I find, how can I put this? I find that people in the UK will do funny things. There's some people who are staunch about having a roller as a roller and not convert it to a Showman's or something.
Well, yeah, I think that it's weird because I can put on a forum that I'm going to paint some random color, which I absolutely am. I have a photo to say that they were actually painted that color at some stage.
Yeah,
but not probably in actual real work. But and no one seems to have a problem with that. But if you put an April Fool's post up saying you're going to, front rolls for sale, or swap for a pair of R series traction engine front wheels, people get all upset.
Yeah. And it is funny, but don't forget when a lot of these things were modified during their working life too,
Oh,
And
mine was absolutely. Someone put Abeling wheels on it at some point.
yeah, and it's at this stage, who can say? I mean, I can approximate. I've got photos of when it was sitting in the park. I've got a photo of it when it was out of use, not long after they parked it up in working order, when everything was still on it. Nice black and white photo. I got 2 views of it. Pretty well, this engine hasn't been changed much since it was built originally. Things wear out, so you have to get new parts, and
or make, do, and mend.
yeah, there's
in the 30s and 40s, when these were still like new enough to keep going and sort of old enough to be starting to give trouble. That's kind of what happened.
Well, the Jennifer, the traction engine at Petrie, it's had a lot of work done to it over the years, and we've done quite a bit of work to it. The crankshaft was welded up because over the years they kept using the simpling valve on the in certain situations. And the crankshaft, the web of the crankshaft let go. That happened to me up at Jundarian Woolshed many years ago. We were using it to do a winching demonstration, and then I went to turn it over, and hang on a minute, something's not right here, and looked down, and the welds that the various amount of welds that where this had let go beforehand finally let go, and I've actually still got a piece of it here.
So they put a new crank in it?
No, we just we took it to an engineering place, and they put a new web on it and fixed it up.
Okay.
So, and they didn't quite do it properly either. Bit of a long story in that, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
But the main thing is it's going, and we fixed it up and all that sort of stuff. It's not. If it was I shouldn't say this. If it was in the UK, then somebody would have bitten the bullet and probably got a new crankshaft made. But
but there's the people around in the community enough to actually get those sort of things fixed, and there isn't here. We're a long way between even service stations, and you can't. Like, I'm looking for information on boiler banding because I pulled all that out and cleaned it up today. And I mean, where's the nearest Fowler roller or Fowler engine that's complete that actually someone knows anything about?
Yeah.
Jason Deacon was awake, and he sent me some pictures from Sydney, and that worked out where it all went. But
right.
The other thing is, it's all pretty ugly. I don't know what to do about it.
When you say ugly, what do you mean?
It looks like the flywheel or something's been loose and rubbing on the rear one, because it's got a big groove worn in it.
Right.
And it's all a bit twisted, and none of it's straight, and some of the ends aren't original, and it's got a lot of 3/16 screws and nuts in it rather than rivets, and just hard to keep clean. So I've 3D printed a pattern for the ends. So if you need some of them.
What are they for?
That's for the holds the brass, and they hold the boiler banding together.
Oh, right. Okay. Well,
so I'll get them cast.
I'll keep them in mind, because I'm a long way from that. That's for sure.
Yeah, well, I sort of feel like I should be a long way from that, but if we make a real effort this year, we might get it back on after the boiler inspection.
Yep. So okay. You what, weld them onto the boiler bands, or
No, they've just got two copper rivets in them.
right, and that's it.
Yeah,
And they've
got a bit of taper, so they
slide into each other.
No, just they go up together, and I think one of them's got a sheet that goes round underneath, probably.
Oh,
so
okay.
One pulls
right.
over the other, and
Yeah.
they've got a bit of all thread in between, or a long bolt with two nuts on it, and they go that way up underneath.
Yeah. Okay.
These have got a bit of a bend in them, but I'm going to cast them flat because it's much easier, and then bend them afterwards.
Yeah. What are you going to cast them in?
Just brass.
Yep.
Match the rest in colour.
And
if you countersink them and put proper rivets in them, and then they're easy to keep clean, because these had all they've got's a bit of brass flat that's bent up, sort of.
Oh, yeah.
And two bolts in it, and they're just caked up with grease and stuff. You can't keep them clean.
Yeah.
And so, and now that I think if you're going to do the job, you might as well do it properly.
Yeah. I don't disagree with you whatsoever. So what I'm going to do now, I thought we'll just do a little bit of a change around here. I'll bring in my other camera, and there we have. Well, let's. What am I going to do here? Let me change some views around here. I'll put that over there. I'll put us two there.
Ooh, actual parts.
Yeah, actually, I can even. No, let's do this. There we go.
Goodness.
Yeah, well, it's not parts for the steamroller. So, yeah, sadly, it's actually a part for the camera mount. What I'll do, see, I can wander. You can still hear me all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I got the wireless microphone on. So with this is just, actually, I should throw the other. I'll throw the other camera on. I'll use my phone as another camera, as another source. What the hell's going on here?
This is a bit of a milestone. This is actual parts in the new shed.
Well, yeah, it is actually. It is a milestone.
We're impressed.
I've got a lot to do. I've got a bunch of stuff I've already done, and I just got to start getting back into the rhythm. It's been so long.
That's right. I've got to get into the habit of actually doing something every night when I come home.
Yeah. So just hang on a second. Righto. So I'll bring this in, and right. So you don't want to see my ugly mug. No. Right, just bear with me. Righto, that's better. Yeah, do that.
Ooh, yep.
Oh yeah, that's good. The only problem is I cannot. Hopefully, we're not getting any sort of. Right, let's change things around. Let's swap that around. Let's go there. Yeah. Righto. Let's go down here.
It's a gear.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. Let's get nice and close to it. So it looks a bit worn in here. I can feel the wear.
Only on one side, though.
Yeah, and a lot of that is just grease dirt. Yeah, and it'll come off pretty.
So you've only got to build up one side, so probably.
Anyway,
you'd be capable of doing that.
Oh yeah. So here's the setup. So that's the computer we're using to broadcast from. This is all done over
Mhm.
Wi-Fi at the moment. Nothing's hardwired.
Mhm.
We will be getting a hardwired connection. So there's the switcher, little HDM. This is the ATEM Mini. I can have 4 inputs at the back here, and that's the receiver, the wireless receiver for the microphone. That's why it sounds so good. So if you were here, I could have another wireless microphone hooked onto you, and if we were broadcasting out, then the two of us could be talking, and people hear us properly and not have any problems with the audio. There's a bunch of stuff you can do with this, but at the moment, you can cut other cameras, that sort of stuff.
Oh, awesome.
Some people, I geek out on that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I can see that.
There's a HDMI cable running over the back here, and I've got this camera here. This is an old video camera.
Yeah.
So you can see that it's just on a little sort of gorilla pod and pointing down that way. I know, in the other view there. So and right here, I had the light, and it was right in the way. That's the light there.
Yep.
What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to mount it here on the back, so that I've still got light coming down. At the moment, I've got the light up top, that one, and I've got this one on as well. This is just a rechargeable LED one from Trade Tools Direct. These are bloody handy. Get yourself one of these, or even 2 of them. They come in different sizes, a small, and they come in a larger size as well. But the small one's great because it's magnet base.
I need something like that to go in the van, because
and they're cheap. They're cheap, Emma. They're only like $30 or something like that.
I find myself painting stationary engines in dark corners of dark sheds.
Yeah. I mean, that thing will grab on. The magnet's pretty strong on it. I'm pulling on that fairly hard, and it's holding on there.
Yeah, right.
Fully, swivel that way.
So it's just USB charge.
USB charge. You get a USB cable. What is it? USB-C. USB-A and USB-C. You got a LED indicator on the back, and you got 4 levels of that's full brightness. That's off. So it's low, medium, high. No, low, medium, high. Yeah, they're brilliant. I can't say enough about them. I think they put out, I don't know, 500 lumens, 600 lumens, 700. They're bright. They really are. They're handy bits of gear. But yeah, so tomorrow in the mail, I should be getting a camera mount. So this is M16 by 1 or will be an M16 by 1.5 millimeter pitch thread, which will screw into here, right? The other end is going to be 3/8 NC, because that's what the camera mount is, and it's a ball type camera mount that is on an arm. So instead of having that camera there like that on the gorilla mount, it'll be here on the carriage. So it'll be more of a it'll be more of a view like this sort of thing, if you get what I mean.
Yeah. Yep.
So hopefully that'll be a better view.
That should be good.
So at the moment though, let's see. That's the view I got now, right? I can zoom out, right? Or I can zoom in. Fairly tight sort of shot, but
it's not a bad picture.
Yeah, this is It's just a bit flimsy though, the setup
Mm.
at the moment. This is
Generally,
a
it's hard to find one that's not right up there on the saddle. Should be really good.
yeah. Well, I'm hoping it's going to be, and of course, there's going to be some experimentation with it. Naturally, you can't do these things without trying first. And I was doing that before I went live. I was um, setting it up first. I actually had it up a bit higher, but I thought the view just didn't look quite right. So these little Gorilla Pods, they're amazing. They really are. They're just fantastic. So I'll take you out while I've got you. I haven't done anything with the milling machine yet. Let me just swap views. Yeah, I haven't touched the milling machine yet. I've got to give it a clean up. It's wired up, ready to go. This is this bench that I was talking about for the wife, and I've got to cut these bits out.
Yeah,
and it's on both sides, and put some wheels on it. So, yeah, I just
big jobs.
just time. I just got to
Oh yeah, you.
just work. It just here we go. So the cameras. Hang on, let me take this out. Which one's this one? That one. Dunk. Becky's back. Hang on, let me.
Hasn't got cold yet in Queensland.
No, it hasn't. Hasn't really got that cold. I've got my jacket on. It's a little bit cool here. What is it? Let me tell you. 16. It's a comfortable 16 degrees. It's not. Excuse me. It's not overly cold or anything like that. Oh, excuse me.
No, it's quite pleasant.
I
was outside before, just looking at paint and stuff.
Yeah, I just have a jacket on I'm drinking cold water, so if I was doing something, I'd probably almost be at the stage where I'd have this off. But I try and be fairly courteous to the neighbours. If I'm up here doing any work, I only work till about 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Sitting here doing this, talking, that's nothing. I'm not making
Yeah,
a serious
you don't
noise.
want too many grinders and things going.
Actually, what I will do is I'm going to ask you for a favour. I'm going to stand at the lathe. I'm going to run the lathe, and I just want you to see how it sounds. Becky, where are you again? You're down around where G is in Adelaide, or you somewhere else? I'll run the lathe and just see how it sounds on the microphone. If it is too loud, just give me a wave. So here we go.
No, that's good, really.
Is it? Oh, that's great.
It's not terrible at all.
I've watched a few other people do stuff.
It's hard.
Yeah.
And I used to do machining videos like once a week, twice a week.
Yep.
And don't ask me what happened. Mostly I'm just, But it's really hard to get your machinery all set up nice with the cameras and everything so that you can.
Well, it's going to be a work in progress, that's for sure. See, I've got a, of course, I've got a digital,
Yeah.
It's capable of HDMI out, which I have had both of them hooked up, and it works fine. It's just getting the camera placement properly. it's righto. That's right. Becky's down in Mount Gambier, down in Adelaide. Gets a bit cold down there. Yeah, let's get rid of this. Let's get the two of us back on. There we go. I'll take the lathe out. See, with I can switch things on and off. Yeah, it's just I like seeing what other people do. I mean, that's the way we learn, watching other people. And I've watched a few people do other stuff. There's a guy called what's his name? He's over in Texas. Advanced Innovations, he calls himself.
Oh
He's Joe Pye. Yeah, he's excellent.
Yeah,
I
nice
like his
bloke.
stuff. Yeah, I've never spoke to him.
I met him a couple of times in person. He's a nice guy. Yeah.
And he showed a thread cutting thing. Instead of doing it like we normally do and machine up to the shoulder or up to the chuck, he does it in reverse, and you still get the same thread, but
it sort of makes sense too.
Yeah,
and I've set up the launch now so that I can do that.
Mm.
You get, yeah, there are fors and againsts, I think. There's Joe, yeah, Joe's pretty good machinist.
Mm. Yeah,
but
have you seen what he's been doing lately?
I haven't really been following since he sort of had a fight with Blondie Hacks. I haven't really followed him as much as I should have.
Okay.
That is the YouTube community political scene.
Just the same as any other club. People.
Yeah.
It's happened with, the group I'm involved with, or sort of the current group I'm involved with now is we met through a person ages ago, or it seems like years ago, and a few things happened with that one person, and we've all we've distanced ourselves from that person, and we do a thing on a Saturday night, and it's totally irrelevant to what I'm doing here, but it's just completely different, and it happens. It's just whether it's a club or online, or what.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I'm sort of Team Gwyn, like Team Blondie Hacks right through, but I sort of. You don't watch Blondie Hacks?
I think I've heard the name, but I haven't watched it.
Gwyn Dunkey, she's awesome.
Right. On YouTube, obviously.
Yeah. Yep.
What is it? Blondie Hacks.
Blondie Hacks. She's building a 5-inch gauge locomotive. She's built 3 or 4 steam engines, like serious steam engines.
Yeah, right. BLONDIE.
Yes.
Oh. Blondie Hacks steam engines. Aha. And is she in America or?
She's moved back to Canada. She's Canadian. She was in LA.
Oh, right.
Like basically uptown Los Angeles.
Yep.
I met her a couple of times at various functions.
I do recognise the face, but for whatever reason, I haven't. Because usually, once you start watching one channel about whatever, you get all the other channels popping up on the same sort of thing.
Mm.
Sorry, you were saying.
Anyway, when I used to go every year to the summer bash at in California to the YouTube Machinists get together,
Right.
which was a pretty big sort of an event. People like this old Tony and
Yep.
Mr. Pete and
Yep.
NYCNC and
Yep.
yeah, Joe Pye and Randy Richard, lots of smart guys. It was good fun, but COVID sort of knocked that on the head, and
Yeah.
rollers and international travel don't seem to mix as well as they could.
No.
I don't know if you noticed that. That's a retrospective viewpoint of my life at the moment.
Yeah, you got to take one or the other. I do recognise some of the names because I have watched some of their stuff.
Keith Rucker and all those
Yeah.
guys, you know all those,
Yeah, well, I know Keith Rucker. I watched some of his stuff. I do like him. I think he comes across, I suppose you could say he's just a southern
he's
gentleman, and he's really good, and he's
smart. He's got a doctorate in agricultural science, I think.
Yeah, right.
Pharmaceuticals or something like that.
Mm.
He's also, no, I shouldn't say that, but he's pretty spectrum too. He's kind of, I think he's on some sort of spectrum anyway. He's good fun.
Mm. Have you met what's his name? Is it A-Bomb? A-Bomb?
Yes, several times. And Keith Fenner.
Yep.
I actually won the Keith Fenner Watching Your Box giveaway in 2016.
Mm.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe that actually happened.
Right.
I seriously encouraged several friends to put an application in for it, and then I put one in myself and actually got it.
Wow.
So a lot of my tools come from Keith Fenner, via Keith Fenner, from subscribers and things. It's really nice. I like Keith a lot.
Your audience base, is that mainly here in Australia, or is it all around the world?
It's all over. If you jump on my live stream, you notice that there are a lot of people from the US.
Yeah.
That get up early.
Mm.
Especially now daylight savings sort of finished. There's people from all over Australia.
Yeah.
There's a few from UK, from Russ and Ox comes on from Belgium.
Yep.
Occasionally we see Stefan Gotteswinter from Germany.
Mm.
If he's not too busy and he feels like, we see Rustanox from Belgium. We see David Bellany, who's from Spain. We see, people all over.
Yeah.
We see AIDS Workshop and all sorts of English guys as well.
Mm. Yeah. No.
So it's not a huge, big channel. I noticed the other day I've got nearly 8,000 subscribers, but
wow.
I don't sort of, honestly, I haven't been as active chasing them for the last few years.
Well, I've really only started doing this seriously for now, probably since the start of the year, maybe a little bit earlier. I've just ticked over 500.
That's not a bad effort.
508 subscribers. I've had this channel for years. If you go back, you can see some early videos of the road runs we did out to the Caboolture Historic Village.
Oh, yeah.
We left from Bill's place at Burpengary there and drove out there. That was fun. And of course, I can't wait till I get this thing back on the road. And
Yeah, well, I'm excited about that.
So am I. I just for the amount of work that I've done or we've done, I've got to include my wife in this because she helps me out a lot. I've still got a lot more to go, and I've got to get back working on the boiler. Spending time setting stuff up here, but I just got to get back on and start doing things. Have you, just out of curiosity, have you got yourself one of these tap and die sets?
Yes, I have one.
Right. Okay.
It's no good.
Why is that?
Because all the ones that you use commonly are cut undersize.
Ah.
The 1/2 inch in particular, you can't actually screw a nut on.
Really?
So I'm actively trying to replace P&N 2-inch button dies. If anyone knows a source of good ones, but
2-inch button die,
like the button dies for the
these
button die holder.
Okay, hang on. These, because these ones, these here.
No. They're just the little 2-inch ones. I haven't got that big set.
Right.
That looks really nice.
Yeah, I've got 3 of them.
Okay. Well, if you wanted to move one on.
Yes, I was going to offer you one. Would you like one?
I would very much like one. You work out what it's worth.
Well, no. You're helping me out with doing that simpling valve. So.
Oh yeah, you've got to do that. There's a heap of little castings. Well, I've actually 3D printed. You haven't got any of these, have you?
What's that? What is it?
That. There's 8 of them on your roller.
To do what?
They're the thumb nuts that hold the motion covers on.
Ah, right. Okay. No, I don't even have motion covers.
Okay, neither do I. But apparently, that's what they look like.
Right.
So I'm going to print a set of them. There's about, I reckon I could sell 10 sets of them actually.
Well,
because when I post anything about that, everyone says, "Are you going to make those?"
Why don't you?
I might actually do a couple of sets. We'll see how we go.
If you can make a go of that, then definitely do it.
It's a fiddly.
That's my advice.
Little casting, like it's a fiddly casting.
Yeah.
And do 8 of them in a pour. You probably really got to put them on a matchbook, like on a match plate somehow. And I guess you've really got to pour them sideways like that in 2 parts.
Right. Brass, obviously.
Yeah, brass. I think they were brass. I've never seen one that wasn't either painted or dirty.
Right.
But anyway, no, I thought I'd ask you if you had any of those.
No, I don't have any of those. And let me see if I can find.
I'm still sort of saving up for the agent's plate for the side of the roller.
Right.
That's the current casting.
I will. Have you seen?
I want to set hose tails with injector. That hurt too. But anyway.
How many are we doing? Have you seen? I think you would have seen this roller. I'll send it to you in Messenger.
Okay.
But I found the photos I'm looking for. There you go. This one is what's his name? Head Jones in the UK.
Yes, yeah. Very helpful gentleman.
Yeah, he's roller. That guy, Eyes of the Penguin. You follow him? Yeah.
Yep.
He took some great photos. Some really
I try and buy his calendar or a few of his calendars every year. I haven't done it this year, which is a bit slack.
I'm just sending over some photos of what I sent him a private message ages ago, and I never heard anything back. And then one day he puts up that he took these photos of this T3 Fowler roller at a rally, and I just couldn't get over how beautiful the photos were. I mean, nice and clear and sharp, and just exactly what he does. He does, cars and all that sort of thing. But yeah, that's a nice roller. I'm just trying to find. I do have a set of Aveling drawings if you need them.
No, I don't. Trying to knock that on the head. I've got friends sending me pictures of sheds they're in tonight with things that are for sale.
Right.
And I'm trying very, very valiantly to ignore them.
Yes. It's difficult, isn't it?
And I've already said that I'm not going to get sidetracked by too many side projects.
Yeah.
In the next 12 months while I get this roller back together.
Yeah.
Does that sound? Yeah, you heard it here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's out there in the ether. It's public. The photo I want to send you, I can't find at the moment. Of course. Oh, hang on. Why don't I look? T3 roll, that's 14. No. Seal. I haven't marked it. It's got to be later than that. Yeah, well, next time you're up, have a look at these tap and die sets I got, and you choose which one you want, because I've got pretty well two that are identical. Some of the parts are, some of the taps are worn out, but I think the dies and that are all in good order.
Yeah, because I've been looking because my set's belonged in my family for about 3 generations.
Yep.
And when I went to cut a half-inch studs the other day, half-inch Whitworth studs, I discovered that they're all cut and undersized. So
right,
I had to go and buy a die nut to go over the top of them.
Right.
They still cut nice, but they're just, you can't close them up any further.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm pretty sure these ones are all fully adjustable.
Yeah, they're fully adjustable. They're really good.
Yeah, what was I trying to...
I'm sort of trying to get to Petrie on the first weekend in June. I've got
Well,
a
we've got...
baby house sit, not this weekend, coming the one after.
Right.
This weekend, I probably would like to go up, and I've got a sign for the Trades Guild that I've got to put up if I get that finished on Sunday.
Yeah.
I opened yeah.
Oh, what was I going to say? No, lost it. Totally lost it. Because I'm trying to find this. Anyway, keep talking. I'll remember it.
Is I opened a tin of brown, tin of one shot, sign enamel, and put a stripe around it, and 2 days later it hasn't actually set, so I don't know what's going on there. Might have to rub it off and do something else.
Is it too old, or is it...
I don't know. It's just one shot. Occasionally you get a tin like that.
Yeah, right.
Yellow's bad for it. Brown, I don't know, but yellow in particular, you find occasionally you get a tin that it won't hold a gloss, like it won't go on, it won't set, and it won't stay shiny, which is a bit of a nuisance, especially if you've put stripe down the front of someone's car or truck or something.
Exactly.
$2,000 paint job on their 15-year restoration project.
I haven't... one thing I haven't done is posted anything on my roller page. I got to do that.
Yeah, I don't too. I've sort of got it set up so that when I post to Instagram, that posts across to my page, or I can pick either way. But I'm not. I don't post updates as often as I should.
Yeah, I for a while there, when I was pulling this thing apart, I was doing stuff every night. I was bloody going for it. That's way before I started doing live streaming, and I've just, with everything going on here, I've just sort of slackened off a bit. I've got to get back into it.
Yeah. If I do something, I post. But the trouble is with all of this stuff is that you do a little bit this weekend, a little bit next weekend, a little bit next weekend, a little bit next weekend, and it never actually gets sort of to the point that you think, when that's finished, I'll post that. But
yeah,
it's just an ongoing process. And I've spent all this weekend scratch and paint and stuff.
Yeah.
Borrowed a mate's big belt sander, like crazy big belt sander with a short cord so you can stand on the lead in case you let go of it and it takes off down the road. Like, talk about horsepower.
Yeah.
So
it'd drag you down the street, in other words.
Well, just about. If you let go of it, you want to be standing on the cord, because I don't think it'd stop.
Yeah.
So I sanded all those boards and everything back and pulled them all apart and cleaned them up and put it all back together, and I'm pretty happy with that. And started in on the boiler cladding, which seems like a foolhardy thing to do, but
well, you've started now. I think you're doing. You might as well keep going.
We've got 2 plugs on the roller that we can't get out. It's a bit of a problem in the boiler.
Heat them up and let it cool down.
Yeah, I think that's about the only way you can. I reckon someone's put PJ on them at some point and it hasn't really done it any favours.
Sounds like it.
One in the front of the smoke box.
Yep.
Which on a roller, of course, is an absolute cow thing to get to anyway.
Yeah.
On a good day. So I think it's a square head. So I'm going to get a piece of RHS that actually fits on it and is
Mhm.
about a metre long or something,
Yep.
and get out through the front and either weld a bit of bar on it or make something that we can actually get onto. And that'd be a useful tool to have for the next time.
You got a 3/4 socket set at all?
No. Haven't
You
run to one yet.
Yeah, probably need to invest in one of those.
That's what it probably needs.
Yeah.
But even with the extension, you still can't get out far enough really to get onto it.
Yeah.
You haven't got a 28mm slogging spanner, have you?
No, not
Inch and an eighth.
Not on me.
Half-inch Whitworth.
What have I got in my truck
Oh, okay.
at work? I tell you what, I'll have a look at the one at work in my truck, which sits there most of the time. The other thing I can do with this stuff is I can highlight comments like that. It's the lathes man. Yeah, that's me, G. This guy, Funkin' Hungry, he's down in Adelaide. He's got a few channels and he's making a go of things. He's doing really well. He does food reviews. He does a bunch of other stuff. It's really,
that's
really
awesome.
good. He's one of the ones I usually chat with on a Saturday night. Right. Okay. Is that the one? This one.
Anyway, I think I need to buy one. Anyway, yeah.
This one I'm sending you right now is the one that was in beside the wheel, and I could guarantee you it had not been taken out since it was put in there. It came out pretty easy though, and that's the one that was leaking, and we end up having to put a socket in there because it corroded away. That's the latest one I sent you.
Yeah, I'm still having trouble with my computer on this end.
Oh, right. Okay.
I probably should buy one. The other plug that won't come out is where your blowdown is on the back of the firebox under the fire hole above the foundation ring.
Yeah. Now, what did I do? I was only looking at it the other day. Well, the other thing is, hang on, let me think about it. Where is it? No. There it is.
Oh, here we go. I've got them now.
Gee, there's a link if you want to jump in and have a chat. I'll just grab something, Emma. I just thought of it.
Yeah, go for it. Gee, it's not quite that dirty.
Where's the fusible plugs? Where did I put them?
Has that plug been welded in?
No. That's
It's just dirty.
That's just a built up of crud over time.
Yeah, well, that's what mine's like. Yeah.
Right. So I did make this. It's a bit rough, but that will fit.
Oh, that's what we need. Yes.
Right. And on that end, it's. I know it's. Hang on. I know it's got a thread.
Yeah.
But that will take a standard socket. There's not a lot there, but you're most welcome to borrow that if you want to.
Okay. So that's 28mm or something. It's Fowler plug size anyway.
Now what was
it's
that?
110 thou. It's half-inch Whitworth, old size BS 109 half-inch Whitworth.
So that's about 28 mil.
Yeah,
I'm sure they made that for the square plugs.
1.1 inches.
Yeah, I was just trying to find.
Yeah, well, we need something like that, but I don't
Well,
know.
if you want to borrow that, you can.
What I need to do is get under the roller,
Yeah.
with my head sticking up through the firebox.
Yep.
And my feet sticking out the back. Right, and get something on that plug and get a big hammer and give it a whack and see if I can get it undone.
Right. For whatever reason, I can't lay my hands on the fusible plug. Not the fusible, bloody Jesus Christ. The washout plugs.
That's on the same level as steam cleaning rollers. If anyone wants to volunteer for that job and come and do it, I'm absolutely down for probably even opening a beer and passing to them as you go.
Yeah, it's don't let that sort of stuff get you down, because
you saw the picture of the last time I attempted it.
Oh, what's in here? Hang on. There's cylinder drains. Why can't I lay my hands on things when I want it? Because that's what it's like in here. No. Why? No.
Well, I might come and see you next weekend, maybe.
Yeah. Well, we've got boiler inspections coming in, and he wants to do the inspections. Then I think a hydrostatic, then do a accumulation test or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where's that?
That's all at Petrie.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and the work that they've been doing in the shed hopefully should be finished soon.
Okay.
Yeah. So, so things will start to settle down, but
I don't know if I get up to the foundry on Sunday. It's pushing it a bit, because it means I've really got to finish this sign before then.
yeah.
We'll see.
So what is it now? What is it? Anyway, time's marching on as always.
It always does.
Yeah. Time flies when you're having
Yeah,
fun.
it's the 14th of May.
Yeah.
Which means it's only about 3 weeks to Petrie.
Yeah. Yeah. And we were supposed to have the boiler inspections done before this, but I think he put it back because of Mother's Day.
Yeah.
And then there was something else. So, and he comes from, I think he's up around Mackay, Serena, Mackay, somewhere around there.
Okay.
But he does the loco down at Currumbin. He does the boilers at Swanbank, the Queensland Pioneer Steam Railway. He does a number of other. I think he does the loco at Warwick. He does a number of stuff. He's a fitter and turner by trade, and he just sort of worked his way along. And as you do, you gain more experience, and you learn more. And then he went and did a course or something like that, and yeah. But he's in his 70s or something like that.
Yeah, that's the trouble. There's not enough boiler inspectors or like workplace ticket sort of certifiers or anything anywhere. It's a bit of a problem.
Yeah. So.
But anyway.
Yeah. Well, I'll end this live stream.
Yeah.
So I'll just go out with a short little countdown timer, and then I'll come back in and have a quick chat. So thanks everyone for watching. Let's go into designs. Thanks everyone for watching and tuning in and listen to us carry on and geek out over our steamrollers and talk shop and all that sort of thing. That's all right. No one's watching now anyway, so it doesn't matter. All right. Thank you, Emma, for joining us. Give a plug to your channel.
Yeah, Spare Room Machine Shop.
Yeah.
Absolutely, hit us up. We've got a giveaway this week on live stream, so that might be a
Cool.
bit cool.
Cool.
That's
Hang
tomorrow
on.
night at 8 p.m.
Someone. Nope.
Yep, Roger the
thought-
Pirate just turned up. There's
Oh,
always one.
Roger. Is he? Oh, there it is. Hey, Roger, how are you? Roger's down in Cootamundra. So he's one of the other guys that we chat to on it usually on a Saturday night. We all have a bit of a carry on. Thanks, Roger, for joining. I'm just about to wrap it up, mate. So it's too easy. Yeah, thanks, everyone. Make sure, no, I've got that all done. We'll go to designs and we'll end it there and see you next time tomorrow night. Emma will be live, 8 o'clock.
Yeah, absolutely. Tune in. We're a pretty friendly bunch. But I do have a very, very cool little giveaway.
Cool. I'm looking forward to it. All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a good night. See you later.